So my camera decided to shut off. I'm not used to recording with the camera yet. So we're gonna start all over again because it didn't get shit. So we're gonna talk about conspiracies surrounding 9/11 today. 9/11 and the World Trade Center, the attack against the Pentagon. I know there was something else, but I can't remember what it was. But it was a huge ass attack, okay? And it wasn't just on one location. So this one's only talking about the World Trade Center. That wasn't the only one. There was other ones. So I'm kind of curious to see if this is going to go deeper into the other attacks as well, not just the World Trade Center, because I forgot, what is there? There were several planes. It wasn't just two. One plane hit each tower, but there was also an attack on the Pentagon. There was an attack on something else. And they hijacked all these planes and so on and so forth. So anyways, let's get into it. Oh, this will work great. I actually like this. So, 9/11 World Trade Center attack. So what happened? On September 11th, 2001, two planes crashed into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. Another plane crashed into the Pentagon while yet another fell into a field. Oh, see, they did talk about it. All told, 2,996 people lost their lives and over 6,000 people were injured in the attacks. While it was a tragedy, many people believe it was not an accident. So, what are the theories? So there's several different conspiracy theories surrounding the 9/11 attacks. There are actually several different aspects of the theory that the attack on the World Trade Center was not a tragic accident and that the truth has been covered up by the government. Some of the theories that surround what is seen to be a mystery at the heart of the attack. So the first theory is stock traders knew about the attacks ahead of time. It is said that right before the first plane crashed into the tower, many investors were expressing interest in selling American Airlines and United Airlines stocks. This is considered to be fishy because those were the airlines that were hijacked to carry out the attacks. It is believed by many conspiracy theorists that traders and insurance firms and the stock exchange were tipped off about the attacks ahead of time and used their knowledge to profit. Other than the obvious horror of using a tragedy to make money, this is considered suspect because they would have had to get their information from somewhere, and if someone knew that the attack was going to take place, why wasn't it stopped? Because they're making money on it. It gets deeper. So the second conspiracy theory surrounding 9/11 is that NORAD, NORAD, I guess that's just an acronym, issued stand-down orders. Another commonly believed conspiracy theory is that the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, had the ability to locate and intercept the planes, had knowledge of what was happening, and did nothing to stop it. It's said that NORAD scrambled fighters late so that the planes would be able to reach the tower in the Pentagon, rather than stepping in and taking the planes down before they could wreak havoc. So one, they're going to make money. Two, they could have stopped it. They could have, made it so it wasn't so bad. But they're making money, so they're going to have everybody stand down and just wait for everything to happen. So my thought is they're making money, so they got paid off to not do anything. So did they get paid off? Did the government get paid off to stop anything to let this happen? There's just a lot behind this. I don't know about you, but me, personally, government's fishy as fuck. I don't trust them. So, you can't believe them because they don't tell you a lot of things, and then what they do tell you is usually bullshit. So, there's that. And then, the fuckers in the government are old as dirt, right? How come they're in office until they're dead? And then they wonder why there was people that were taking out government officials. They're fucking old as dirt. They shouldn't be in office that long. A president can only be president if he serves 2 terms, that's 8 years. But like senators and all the motherfuckers, they can be in there indefinitely. There is no limitation to how long they can be in there, right? So, I don't know. People are seeing the fucking light, and eventually people are going to start fighting back and putting their feet down, and it's just going to be mass hysteria. You know, I talked about mass hysteria with the Area 51 shit. You know, if they find out about aliens, there's going to be mass hysteria. Well, if everybody finds out how much the government is fucking lying to us and how much shit is going on behind closed doors, it's going to be mass hysteria, but it's not going to be mass hysteria where people are freaking out. It's going to be mass hysteria, and these people are going to start fucking attacking all these fuckers, right? So there's that. The third theory is collapse or controlled demolition. So one of the most common widespread theories about the attacks on 9/11, excuse me, is that the impact of the planes crashing into the World Trade Center would not have caused it to fall the way that it did, and that the collapse was, in fact, caused by strategically placed bombs within the building. This is called the demolition theory. Proponents of this theory include architect Richard Gage, physicist Stephen E. Jones, and engineer Jim Huffman. These people say that the impacts and fires alone would not have been enough to bring down the towers, and that they couldn't have totally collapsed as quickly as they did, without other factors to weaken them. An article was published in the Open Chemical Physics journal called Active Thermatic Material Discovered in Dust from the 9/11 World Trade Center Catastrophe, authored by Niels Harrit, Jeffrey Ferrer, Stephen E. Jones, and others. It is said that there was thermite and nanothermite composites found in the debris and dust around the collapsed buildings, and that this is proof that they were brought down by explosives, not simply fires. Proponents of this theory believe that the angle of the collapse and the heat inside the melted steel beams are proof that the buildings did not collapse due to the impact, but were instead demolished at the same moment as the impact. So, they're getting paid off. They're making deals with the devil, essentially. And they're putting dynamite, essentially, in there. Like, what is seriously going on? Like, I kind of knew about the demolition, but I didn't know that they had found, you know, composites or whatever. So that explains why there was so much dust, and why the firefighters and the people that were trying to run and help were completely covered in dust, because that was one of the biggest things. And like, when they fell, they didn't fall over like this, they fell straight down. So that kind of makes sense, because, you know, when they do demolish towers like that, they essentially put it in a way that it's not going to fall one way or the other. It's going to go straight down, because then there's less risk of damaging a building around it, right? So there's that. So the next theory is no plane hit the Pentagon. No plane hit the Pentagon. Yeah, I already kind of knew that. No, it crashed before it. Wasn't that the one that crashed before it got to the... Okay, let's dive into this one. This theory, excuse me, this theory is backed by filmmaker Dylan Avery and political activist... That's a weird name. Terry Mason. I'm probably screwing that all up. They claim that American Airlines Flight 77 did not cause a damage and destruction at the Pentagon. They say that the plane didn't hit the Pentagon at all. Instead, they believe that it was a missile that hit the Pentagon, and that the missile was launched from inside the U.S., which ties to the U.S. government. Part of the proof they claim for their theory is that the holes in the Pentagon walls are too small to have been made by a plane as big as a Boeing 757. The hole was said to be only 60 foot across, but a Boeing 757 measures 150 feet long and 125 feet wide. I'm like speechless right now. Like, I don't think I heard this one at all. I didn't think the Pentagon got hit at all. What am I thinking? A plane was going towards something else, and then it crashed before it got to the area it was supposed to go to, but I don't know what the fuck it is. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it. So, they think that a missile hit the Pentagon instead of an airplane. But if the wings came off, wouldn't that make it shorter? Because then it would be more narrow. Like, what if when it crashed, I'm not trying to stick up for them, no way whatsoever, but if it's 125 feet wide with the wings, you take the wings off, it's going to be narrower. So would that be 60 foot? Is what I'm saying. So this one could possibly be debunked, depending on if the wings were attached to the plane or not. It could have been hit by a missile, though, by our own fucking government. So there's that, too. So the next theory is fake cell phone calls. Another claim made by those who say the attacks were faked is that the phone calls that were made from the hijacked airplanes during their doomed flights were faked. It's said that this is because cell phones cannot get reception at the altitude that planes normally cruise. Another aspect of the calls that seems to prove them to be fake, or at least questionable, is that one of the callers, a son, referring to himself during the call to his mother by his first and last name. Something that seems odd and suspicious. Yeah, you don't call your mom like, oh, it's, Angel Walker and blah, blah, blah. You don't call your mom like that. Like, hey, Mom. Like, my mom, she can't distinguish between me and my sister, so she has to look at the phone number to see who's calling. Because me and my sister sound so much alike on the phone, it's ridiculous. When we're on speaker, you can't tell who's talking. Like, I've done videos, and you can't see me because I'm recording what's going on. I'm not recording myself or whatever. I'm recording what the fuck's going on. And if me and her are talking, if you can't see one of us, you don't know who the fuck's talking. You don't even know who said that. So, completely sidetracked here. But, you don't call your mom and be like, hey, it's Bob Simpson, whatever, just saying. There are many different theories that surround the possible faking of the terrorist attacks that took place on 9/11, and the ones listed here are only a sample. So apparently there's a lot more than what I found here. Now, I knew, like I said, I keep referring back to this because I really thought it was the Pentagon that there was another plane that crashed before it got to its destination. But for the life of me, I can't remember what that was. What was the destination? Well, we'll be doing updates on Area 51 because I'm going to do more research on that as well. I'm sure I'll come across more, and then I'll do more videos on it later. Maybe not right away. I do like doing these because I love conspiracy theories, and I like to see what other people's thoughts are, and like my thoughts on it. And like, apparently I don't know shit about 9/11 because I didn't know anything about the stock exchange. I kind of knew, I didn't hear that about, I remember the phone calls, that was a big thing, but this was back in 2001. So in 2001, I was 18. So I kind of knew what the fuck was going on, but honestly, at 18, like, if it didn't seriously impact me, like, something that was going to affect me personally, not, like, the world or the United States, where I didn't give a shit about that. I literally got married 10 days after 9/11. So, obviously, it didn't affect me. But I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it was all over the news. The only thing that they really showed the most of was the Twin Towers. Like, that is literally footage of the towers collapsing. So if you don't know that much about 9/11, or you've never seen the towers collapse, there's so many videos and there's so many conspiracy theories surrounding this, and how much bullshit the government's on and how much they try to cover right in front of our eyes is ridiculous. So on that note, you guys have a great day. I'm not going to do my normal ending like I usually do. I am going to do my intro like I usually do because I like that shit. But on that note, you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. I seriously appreciate it. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. You guys keep giving me the momentum to keep going. I know I've got a lot of shit going on. I just started a new job. I graduated last month and everything. So you guys give me the drive to keep going and doing like this truth seeking, and it's not just conspiracy theories. It's like the paranormal. It's like aliens. Like, I want to know what is truly fucking out there. And if you guys want to know what's truly out there, come watch my videos and let's see what the fuck is really going on, because I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to hide nothing. And I'm not going to do, what the fuck are they, clickbait. I'm not going to do clickbait. What you get is what you get. I'm not going to do stupid shit to try to get views. That's not what my intents are for this. This is literally me looking for the truth and sharing it with you guys, and then hopefully getting feedback from you guys. Like, I'll take any kind of feedback. I'm not gonna shy away from anything. Like, cool, I'm not gonna argue with you either. Just tell me your input. I'm not here for that. You know, I'm all about positive energy and hearing what everybody has to say, you know. So I truly appreciate anything that you guys say. I truly appreciate the subscribes. I truly appreciate the likes. It really gives me the momentum to keep going. So on that note, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed and liked my videos, and I will see you in the next video.